Are you looking for a way on how to get Pokemon Legends ZA running into your PC in 60 FPS and in 4K resolution? If that is what you're looking for, and this is the perfect guide you need to watch. So first of all, what you need is that you will need to get a copy of the files that I have highlighted here in my folder. These are the dynamic 60 FPS mod for the Nintendo Switch game Pokemon Legends ZA, and it's you will need to have the firmware version of the Switch and the keys file of the Switch, which is in version 20, in order for it to detect and play Pokemon Legends ZA. And the game should be in either in NSP or XCI file format. And also you will need an emulator installed into your PC. But before you follow this guide, I need to agree that you have already purchased the game, okay? So before you follow this guide, okay? So go to buy now if you don't own this game, and please do get the game officially from Nintendo because we do not support piracy here. So be sure to buy the game, purchase the game, and once you own the game, you own the physical copy of the game, then proceed in following the instructions in this video tutorial. So you can also get it direct download here if you want it in digital file format. So just go to Google now and then search for Ryubing Emulator and go to their official GitHub page. Click on that, scroll down below, look for latest build. You can find the stable release here, click on that. And then the next step is just to download the installer here. It's kind of slow, I don't know why. So let's close this one. So let's just wait a bit. I'm just gonna load it again. It seems that there are lots of people that is downloading Ryubing Emulator right now. That's why I think the site is really slow. I just don't know. So this is basically where you get Ryubing Emulator. You can download it here. Just look for the Windows zip file. Now it's starting to load. Yeah, I think lots of people are accessing GitHub page of Ryubing. So just look for the Windows 64 version and download it. And if you're from Linux, just get the Linux installer, Mac, and also the Linux ARM64 version here. But for us, Windows version. Click on that, download it now. So I'm just gonna minimize this because I have the file already. I've shown you that. And also double click on the file, the zip file, and then just drag and drop this file to any folder or any drive into your PC. That's how easily you can install this. Then just rename this folder here into Ryubing or Ryubing's Emulator, but it is Ryubing Emulator. I'm gonna do that and open that folder and then just locate Ryubing's application here because it's basically Ryubing's fork for the Ryubing's Emulator was the very best emulator as well with Yuzu when Nintendo has taken them down. So just click Ryubing's application, double click on it, run it now. So I'm just gonna close this. I mean, just delete this folder here. I'm talking really nonsense today. So I'm just gonna close that. So many tangents. So open Ryubing Emulator, okay? Then open the keys zip file, and then open the keys folder inside, and then go to Actions, Install Keys, Install.keys, and in this part here, just create a new folder, name it Keys, and then just drag and drop the product keys and title keys inside. Just gonna replace the files. Just select the product keys now, hit open, hit yes, hit OK. Go back again to Action, Install Keys, Install.keys, and select Title.keys, hit open, hit yes, hit OK. The next step is install the firmware. So just go to Actions again, install firmware from an XEI zip file, locate on that firmware file, and it should be version 20.5.0. Hit open, hit yes, and it will say successfully installed. You'll know that it's successful because right down here below it will say firmware version 20.5.0. And also, if you have Switch games already into your PC, then it will now detect your Switch games and it will show you their game icons. So you can see here, I have played an hour of the game. It's a 4 gigabytes of file and it's in version 1.0.0, which is the base version of the game. Because if we install the day 1 patch, then the game will crash in Ryubing Emulator. That's why we are not installing it until Ryubing has fixed that issue. So now you will need to install the mod for Pokemon Legends ZA so that it will run 60 FPS. And I can say it's much better than the Nintendo Switch 2 version, and it was much better, by the way, miles better. So just right click, hover into the game icon of the game, right click on it, and just click on the Manage Mods section. And here, as you can see, I have the dynamic 60 FPS already selected. So to install this mod, just open and click Add here, and then create a new folder, name it mods, just like mine here, so that you'll know where your mods file are. Open that, and as you can see, I have dynamic 60 FPS already. So once you have followed the QR code that I have provided, you will also get the mod here. So just click on that, just minimize that, then just drag and drop these files here so that you have a mod. But for me, I have already filed, so I'm just gonna cancel the installation and select the dynamic FPS into your part and hit save to have the 60 FPS mod into your game. And also, we will need to optimize Ryubing Emulator to fix the issue. There's an issue with Pokemon Legends ZA wherein when you enter Lumia City and it will load the cinematic scene for the game will not progress further because the game will crash. So there's a setting that we need to change in Ryubing. So to do that, just go to Options and go to Settings. And in this part, just be sure to pause the video and copy every setting that you see here. Okay, so the interface settings, these are the settings you need to follow, but the game directories, it could be subjective, it could be anywhere into your PC as long as you know where to set it. So select the folder you will put your Switch games. It should be in XEI and NSP file format. Now go to Input. It's better to use a controller rather than a mouse and keyboard when playing Switch games, so connect them here. Use an Xbox, PlayStation, or a Nintendo Switch Pro controller here. But if you're having some issues like your controller is drifting, you can change the dead zone here in 0.20 here to fix that issue. The range should be in 2. Also, once done, go to System. You can change the region and language and time zone to your region. The VSync here, you can change this to Switch. You'll need to change this, to Switch. FS integrity checks should be checked, and the DRAM size here, you need to change this because before we can play Switch games easily with 4 gigabytes, but for this game we need it to set in 8 gigabytes. Once done, go to CPU. So before, we need to check PPTC, but for this game we need to uncheck this in order for it to progress in the game. So other of the settings here, be sure to copy that. Now go to graphics. Graphics backend, it should be in Vulkan API. Your preferred GPU is your dedicated graphics card. At least you have a GTX 1060, then you'll be able to play all of such games easily, and that is really an old graphics card, so you have a new graphics card, I bet, because it's already 2025. So graphics backend multi-threading should be on. Your features and enhancements should enable shader cache and enable macro HLE. Resolution scale is set in 2x resolution, that is 1440p. That will make the game much more beautiful, much sharper, and really good to see. But if you're having some issues with that because your CPU is in low spec, be sure to change this back to native resolution. But if you have a powerful CPU and graphics card, you can go for 4K resolution or 8K resolution, depending on your monitor. That's why I'm just using 2x resolution because my monitor is 1440p. Now in anti-aliasing, set to SMA Ultra, where you can change this to none if you're having some issues. Scale and filter FSR set to 100%, and if you're having some issues, change to linear. and strophic filtering 16 times, but if you're having some issues, change this to auto or 2 times. And aspect ratio is subjective to your monitor's aspect ratio, so change this to your monitor. Now go to audio settings. These are really simple settings. Copy that. Everything else is just set in default. Once done, hit apply and hit OK. Congratulations, your Pokemon Legends ZA can now fully run into your PC in 60 FPS and 4K resolution in following this guide. And a little bit of disclaimer, I will not be able to show you guys gameplay of this game running into my PC because we all know how strict Nintendo is and they hate this kind of content. So if I show you gameplay that Pokemon Legends ZA running 60 FPS, running 4K in PC easily, then my channel will be taken down and my videos will be taken down. So I hope you guys don't understand on my part because I don't want my channel to be taken down. But I am willing to compromise a little bit. That's why I will try to boot up the game into the title screen. And once I am in the title screen, I'm just gonna stop the emulation from there. And also I'm just gonna blur the screen from here on out so that Nintendo will not be able to hit me with any of their copyright strikes into my channel. And again, please do legitimately own the game. And since the screen is blurred here, I'm just gonna hover down below and see here it's running 60 FPS, and that is how you know that the mod is working. So I'm just gonna stop the emulation here. So as long as you have all the steps that I've shown you in this guide, you'll be able to play Pokemon Legends ZA easily into your PC with no issues at all. So if you have some questions regarding the installation process of this game, then just leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll try my best to answer all of them as fast as I can. So if you find this video tutorial helpful, please do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because that will help me out massively. Thank you for watching, see you next time, and goodbye for now.